think I can be all right with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do need to figure out his mobility. Nobody has attributes like you.
No.
So what's your mobility?
My
What's
mobility
and it was
is speed times 5 minus 70.
right. So he's certainly not going to be that fast, but I think that he's certainly got a reasonable speed. I'm going to put him as mobility of 60, and then agility times 5. Let's see, he's certainly got to have at least a 14 agility, right? So I think that we'll put that at 70 for initiative, which is not your 75. Wait, for dodge, I mean. Dodge.
Yeah, initiative is a bunch of things.
Right. Dodge. 70, and then
initiative is
I know
endurance,
it's all
dexterity,
it's the first 5 or so attributes. So given his experience, that's going to be it's probably got to be a okay, here's my thinking. Given his experience and that all these things have added up over the years, and also that he has reasonably high values. The average on 3-6 is 10 to 11. The average on 4-6, if one were to roll 4-6, is 14. So I'm going to say that his average for those things is 14. Some might be a little higher, some might be a little lower. So that would be a 70 for initiative. And I did that without looking at your initiative. I don't know what it is. So I just think that's probably fair.
What is initiative? It's
endurance plus dexterity plus agility plus speed plus will.
It should be somewhere.
it's a will that screws me over. That's why.
Yeah, that's slightly lower.
I have 69.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that makes sense. He's just a little better than you. He's not as fast. Can't dodge quite as well.
Yeah,
but
his will is much better than mine.
That's right.
Yeah. Otherwise, I am physically better.
Right, but that makes sense. It's the one thing he's got over you.
Yeah. He didn't get the constable job out the first.
Right. No weak-willed people get that far, so that makes sense. All right, so here's our situation. I think that's all I need, if I'm remembering correctly, which is a rather small stat block if you think about it.
Did you the weapon sort of
skill
attack defense?
I have all that because I had broadsword down.
His skill with the weapon.
Yes, I have that.
Okay, good.
And modified by his encumbrance, which is not nothing, considering I just realized that
items worn.
that thing is heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm knocking him down by 15% for encumbrance alone. I'm estimating again, but I think that's probably pretty fair.
I'm looking at Osman here, and she has I think 7 sort of what she's carrying, sort of wearing mostly, normal clothes.
So
what is?
I just think that I don't want to be totally unfair here, because I just want to make sure that if I kill you, it's reasonably it'll be reasonably okay. It's the weight that I'm kind of interested in the moment. Here we go. Plate, breastplate, cuirass. He's actually wearing a cuirass. That in and of itself is units of 18.
Okay.
So that's minus 18 right there. Is that right?
Yeah.
Am I remembering that correctly? Because
I'm looking to Christian.
You're right. I think because again, Oscar is not hurt, but she has a physical penalty of 13 just because she's carrying stuff.
Right. Okay. So it's 18 for that.
Stuff.
So it's more like 23 to 25, given all the other things.
That's super harsh, I think.
Yeah.
I like the harshness in this case.
Yeah, but
and you should have something sort of similar.
Well, he's also in
less.
Yeah. But you do have what you're wearing.
We have kind of, I'm wearing the basic stuff.
Right.
Like cloth shirt, cloth pants, high boots, and high gloves. That's
But so that's where that comes from, is the encumbrance of just the ordinary clothes.
Yeah.
So you're actually not very encumbered.
No.
Should be more.
But your weapon is involved.
I will imagine I have my faction with weight is 4.
Right.
So that's 5.
No, that's not the case. Encumbrance is a 10th
Right.
of your full weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
therefore,
I've written that all of them
Yeah.
then, because 13 is she's not carrying 130 pounds of equipment on her.
right.
Okay.
So
Should probably change that.
am I remembering
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
correctly?
But it makes more sense, I think.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's very harsh.
Yeah, you're wearing clothes and
Yeah,
you
and-
can't really move.
Yeah,
That's
an
just-
actual knight would never hit anything.
just can't lie there.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. Yeah, it should be.
All right. So I'm putting him at minus 10%. We're going to go with that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Initiative order. I have 600. Is 70 what's the monster?
70. Yes. Well, the monster has 112.
I believe the monster
That's
move
all of
first.
it. All of it.
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
initiative.
just a bit quicker.
Yeah, that's why I keep having the thing.
Yeah, zip around.
Be
Yeah.
almost supernaturally,
Yeah.
whip in and out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
sight
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because that's
Makes
what's
sense.
going on here.
Yeah.
With a with a speed of 26.
Yeah.
Right, on
Yeah.
a human scale of 3 to 18. So
Mm.
it's
And then conceptually with its precognition as well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
that's the idea.
Yeah.
I've been trying to play that out
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Mm.
All right. Well, that means that it will definitely be coming in first, but he does have a defense he's not going to ignore. That's the whole point of that
Yeah.
surprise thing.
Yeah.
So, regarding you, that might be a little different.
Yeah, he might ignore me.
Okay, so if somebody, I guess it would be the dodge, right?
That makes
Yeah.
sense. I believe that.
So it's going to actually come in at precisely the right angle that it can fly straight
Mm.
through, or is it? No, it might actually go for the sound strike.
Could he be a valiant type of guy and trying to push Arthur out of the way because he?
could be combined
Yeah.
with the dodge, sort of.
That's
A bit
That's
second
too
priority.
valiant. Yeah.
Second priority.
He's a smart fighter.
It's not that.
I think that is the creature. I'm just trying to think about its proper effect here. Well, actually, that's another thing. It knows that he's strong-willed.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it hasn't. It's had some failures lately, right? And trying to. I mean, it does better when people don't know it's there. It doesn't know that he knows for its first strike. Therefore, it is going to be attacking with its noise. So, let's see here. It's 12, and we're 21. So 12 and... Oh, I've done this before. Hold on a second. 24, 45, 23, 15. Okay, so... Okay. So it's going to be striking with its noise. And it hits with a marginal success. And so this is physical. It's not the hypnotic thing.
No.
So it's basically softens you up with penalties, so then it can hit with the psychic. That's how it usually does that. So it's going to be a 4D effect. And I remember wondering whether hearing was a disability in some sense in this, but I just confused myself when I tried to figure that out. So I'm basically just going by endurance. So he has to get above his endurance, which I'll roll here to be only 11. So that's not one of his strongest, right? He must have better, other primary attributes. So it's this against the 11 to stagger him.
Yeah.
Okay.
7 and 5, it has to get over the 11
I believe so. Yeah.
in order to take him down.
Mm.
So it barely,
Yeah.
he barely is resistant to its noise, the vibrations. Although it certainly is going to kind of stagger him, but he'll come out of it, without the hit. However, those are injury points, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, he is going to all of a sudden now have minus 11 injury.
Yep.
Okay. So that is definitely the case.
Mm.
What's going on, Philip?
5 plus 7 is 12, right?
Yeah.
Did I roll 12?
Yes.
Yes. And
Wow.
You-
Okay.
So
In
he
that case,
didn't resist it. He
No,
just
no.
come to it. I was doing
Yeah,
the math in my head
yeah.
over and over again. What? That is something fucking
no, I
bad.
thought I rolled an 11.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
therefore, lucky you,
Yeah.
he is staggering and clutching his head and is wide open for your strike.
Yeah.
The question is whether you're going to aim
I
at
am
an
actually.
unprotected spot,
Yes, and you say he's not
because
doing.
that cuirass has got insane
He's not
protection.
doing a helmet, you say?
That's correct.
And I think I'm going for the head.
Yes.
Mhm.
Good choice, huh?
Uh-huh. And minus 10.
Yes. But also I have physical penalty of minus 15 on the fighting, which is 45, so I'm already at 30, so that'll be 20.
Is that all?
Mm. Yeah.
Yes.
The penalties, yes.
Will this count as him not defending, or is it like?
Well, it does
attack?
count as ignore.
So it does. Okay,
So
yeah,
it
yeah.
will hit
Yeah,
as
then yes.
long as
Go ahead.
as
don't
long
critically
as
fail.
you don't critically
Yeah,
fail.
yeah,
Yeah.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Even all the other results are still damage.
Yeah.
It's just you want a good one because it'll do
Yeah.
more.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, another 5.
25.
Oh, 3!
Oh,
So close!
Still, marginal
Yeah, but
success
yes.
is not
That's
bad.
great.
That's A plus 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or A times 3,
Yeah.
whatever that little...
3 die, yeah.
Yeah, 3 dice.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Do you know how many games I've played since I played Harnmaster at GothCon?
No, probably not.
A lot.
Mm.
So let's... You're up.
Oh, yeah.
Take us through the process.
First of all, what kind of attack?
Yes.
It's
Aspect, yeah.
I assume Edge.
Yeah, edge.
That's
Yeah, like
That's your
yeah,
your real
yeah,
kill.
the one that's best,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the best one. Like you say, it's slash the
Yeah.
back of the
Mhm.
head or something.
And so the next question is the strike location,
yeah,
and
some
we do
parts,
the head.
Yeah.
So percent here, and let's hope you don't hit like, you know,
Shoulder.
Yeah,
yeah, it says thorax right there,
Yeah.
95 through 97.
Yeah.
That's what we don't want.
So
So,
exactly.
Yes, come on.
and the neck is also somewhat protected.
Mm.
yeah.
So you really want
Low
27
numbers,
or
yeah.
lower.
Yeah.
Low numbers.
44.
No, that's
Shoulder.
that's shoulder.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So in that case, not necessarily. It's a cuirass.
Oh yeah, no shoulder.
There's not
No.
the shoulders are not what I was
No.
envisioning.
No.
No.
Those are
Yeah.
pauldrons.
Yeah.
He doesn't have pauldrons. He has the cuirass. So I think you're okay. Well,
Yeah.
he's still armored, but not as armored. Okay, so then
Melee attack. Determine effective mastery level, which is your modified. Yeah, you did that. You should actually have a higher chance to hit because you're supposed to determine your weapon
Right.
modifier and add it to the effective mastery level. This
Right.
is the weapon modifier.
yeah, we often don't do that, but
Yeah.
we could have. Right.
We haven't actually played with that at any point, I believe.
Right.
It's the A value for a broadsword,
Which is a 3.
yeah, and that means since
Wait,
he's
no,
not,
E5.
oh yeah,
Oh,
that's-
no, A you say. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3.
That
Okay,
comes
so-
later because
Yeah,
this
I
is
know.
you look at the 3 and
Uh-huh.
you see that he didn't defend.
No, he didn't.
In this case, if he would defend, that would you would
Right.
sort of see what counted against the defending weapon class, but that's 0 in this case.
Right.
So actually gain a 15% bonus.
Okay,
on your
good.
attack.
So you had a 15%
Yeah.
bonus.
So it was,
That makes
it was
sense.
Actually
That
minus,
actually
yeah,
is-
minus 10, not
It,
minus
it offset most of your.
Yeah,
most
yeah.
of the
That
bonus.
it was my entire injury.
Right.
It's the only strike location.
Perfect.
penalty. Yeah.
So
Okay,
that's
so-
sort of, you don't get those very, very low numbers unless
Right.
the person is defending with an equal sort of cult weapon or an equal type of weapon.
Right, with a defense that matches.
Yeah,
the
with
offense.
yeah,
Yeah.
and shields are the most obvious way to do that.
Right. Now, let's see about the next step.
Yeah.
Because that's 4 dice. No, 3 dice, correct?
Yeah, strike delivery, if any. Generate strike location, we did that. Determine strike impact, we did that. I believe that's the A3.
Well, hold on.
No,
That's the
no, that's-
dice are 3, but we have to also. But there's
Add.
also a couple of things.
Yeah.
For one thing, he's going to be subtracting. He's going to be adding to the roll, minus 10, minus 12. He's going to be adding 3 to the roll due to the injury that existed already and to the encumbrance.
Yeah.
He adds. You take your whole penalties,
Yeah.
divide by 10.
Yeah.
And then
The-
that is the plus to this
Yeah,
roll.
the
Okay.
endurance index.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And also the edged.
That's what I was
Yeah.
also looking
Yeah.
for. Right. So you're going to add the 5.
EP value. Yeah.
Wait. What is the edge?
Edge is 6.
Okay,
Yeah.
6 plus 3, right?
Yes.
So plus 9.
Yes.
Yeah.
Result
Let's
of the
do it.
die plus 9.
Uh-huh. Which is a lot.
Oh,
3
yeah.
dice, right?
And that is
And then
effective impact,
we
yeah.
wait.
When you
Don't
roll.
doesn't the armor reduce the injury points in the first place?
yes.
Start all over.